For today's lesson, we are continuing with our unit on factoring using a new method of grouping. All right, so this is still SOL A.2c, our learning target. I can completely factor first and second degree polynomials in one variable using grouping method. All right, steps to factor using grouping. All right, so first, group the first two terms and the last two terms. All right, second, you're going to factor out a GCF. The third step, notice the binomials in your parentheses are the same. Your GCFs become one binomial. And the remaining terms in the parentheses become another binomial. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so with the grouping method, we have four terms. All right, so here I have x cubed minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 12. All right, so as it says, I'm going to group my first two terms, and I'm going to group my second two terms. All right, see, as my negative 4x has the negative with it, so I'm going to group that with it. So looking here at my first binomial of x cubed minus 3x, I'm looking for my GCF. So each of those terms have two x's in common, or x squared in common. So I'm going to pull out a GCF of x squared, and I am left with x minus 3. All right, I'm going to do the exact same thing for my last two terms. So I have negative 4x and positive 12. All right, so they have a negative 4 in common. So I'm going to pull out that negative 4. And that leaves me with x minus 3. All right, and the reason I pulled out the negative 4 is because if you look at this first binomial here, I have x minus 3. And if you remember from our steps, what's remaining in parentheses is the same. So I had to pull out a negative 4 in order to ensure that I had x minus 3 left in my parentheses. All right, once I've determined that what's in my parentheses is the same, that becomes one binomial. And then I take my GCFs of x squared and negative 4, and I group them together. And now I've just factored using grouping method. All right, let's look at example 2. I have x cubed plus 6x squared minus x minus 6. So again, group the first two, group the last two. Look for the GCF of my first two terms. I have x cubed plus 6x squared. They have x squared in common. I'm left with x plus 6. I'm going to pull out a negative 1 from my second two terms, and I'm left with x plus 6. Again, x plus 6 becomes one binomial, and x squared minus 1 becomes the second. All right, let's continue on with some more examples. All right, number 3, we're doing the exact same thing again. So we are going to group our first two. And our last two terms. I have 2x cubed plus 8x squared. Here they have 2 in common, and they also have x squared. So I'm going to divide each of those terms by 2x squared, and I'm left with x plus 4 in parentheses. Looking at my second two binomials, they have 3 in common. So I'm going to divide each of those terms by 3. So I have x plus 4. I can see that what's in parentheses is exactly the same. So I have x plus 4, and I take my two GCFs and put them together. And I get 2x squared plus 3. All right, so here for number 4, I have a little bit of a reminder here. And it says rewrite in standard form. All right, so what do we mean by in standard form? So in standard form means that we have to rearrange our terms so that we are going from the highest exponent to the lowest exponent. So we can see here 5x to the 4th stays in the same position. our negative 15x squared, cubed stays in the same position. But we can see here that we have our constant before our variable term of negative x. So we're just going to rearrange it. My x is going to stay negative and plus 3. All right, so that's what we mean by rearranging it in standard form. All right, so I'm going to group my first two, group my last two. 5x to the fourth minus 15x cubed has 5x cubed in common. Divide each term by 5x cubed, and I get x minus 3. Here I have negative x and 3, so I'm going to pull out a negative 1. So I have x minus 3. What's in parentheses is the same. So I'm going to group my GCFs together. And what is left in parentheses. All right, so what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to work on numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8, paying close attention to number 6, which was similar to number 4, where you need to rewrite in standard form. All right, taking a look at number 5, again, we're going to group the first two terms and group the last two. So I have 4x cubed plus 3x squared. So they have x squared in common. And I'm left with 4x plus 3. And we can see here the last term. Here we have 4x plus 3. So the only thing that we can pull out is a 1. Because again, we have to have that placeholder. So we have 4x plus 3. Grouping my GCFs of x squared plus 1. And what we have left in parentheses of 4x plus 3. All right, for number 6, we have to rearrange. So again, we see we have my constant before my variable term. So I need to rearrange. So my x cubed stays, my negative 5x squared minus 2x plus 10. Group my first two, group my last two. My first two terms have x squared in common. So I'm left with x minus 5. And I'm going to pull out a negative 2. Divide each term by negative 2, and I'm left with x minus 5. Group my GCFs, so negative x squared and minus 2. And then we have x minus 5. Number 7. All right, so again, we're going to go ahead and group the first two, group the last two. So I have 6x squared y and 3xy. They have 3xy in common. Divide each term by 3xy, and I'm left with 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1 here, so the only thing they have in common is a plus 1. What's in my parentheses is the same. So I'm going to group my GCFs together. So 3xy plus 1 and 2x minus 1. All right, and the last example. So I have 2x cubed plus 6x squared minus x minus 3. So again, group the first two, group the last two. My first two terms have 2x squared. And I'm left with x plus 3. All right, so this goes back to, remember, using the method of GCF. We're just pulling out a GCF. Here, for my last two terms, they have negative 1 in common, so I have x plus 3. So I have 2x squared minus 1 and x plus 3. All right. So now it is your turn to practice, all right? So factoring by grouping, the next page of your notes has several practice problems. What we're going to do is we're going to look at numbers 1 through 6. All right, so what I want you to do is work on numbers 1 through 6. We'll review the 6 problems together when I log on to the Meet, and then we can use the additional problems on that worksheet for extra practice.